America, and welcome to Daily True News. I'm your host, Becky Hannity, and we've got a great show for you tonight, including our reoccurring weather segment with Dan Smith. We're also going to be joined by our special guest, Dr. S.M. Snorapot. He's here to discuss his new book called Outside. But first, let's head to our weather desk for the latest weather horror stories. Here's Dan. That's a really interesting mustache, Dan. Is there some new trend I'm not familiar with?
Why, thanks for noticing. Why, yes, my wife told me that pink-colored mustaches were the new in, so I decided to dye mine. Anyways, on with the weather. Today's forecast is sunny with 20% humidity, a high of 85 degrees, and a low of 70 degrees. So make sure you get your air conditioners checked. Though, don't get too used to the sun shining through your windows because we have periodic showers throughout the week. So make sure that your sprinklers are off. Also, we have developed a new app for smartphones and computers that will alert you if there's a change in weather. That way, you don't have to get off the website you're on to check the weather.
Now let's discuss Dr. Snorapot's new book, because I'm sure that many of you, like myself, have not heard much about this, much less cared enough to read about it. The issue he wrote an entire book on is the effect of technology on youth and the subsequent depreciation of outdoor activities and nature. Yikes. There was a poll done about 3 years ago, and it said that 11% of today's youth spend time outside every day. I know, America. I too am shocked. And I have only one thing to say. What in God's name is wrong with those 11%? With all of today's modern conveniences, what could they possibly want outside that they can't get in here? Really, what? We have TV, electricity, phones. It's just great in here. Come to the inside. We have cookies. Do they have cookies on the outside? No, they have tree bark. You don't even have to go outside to watch movies at the movie theater. You can watch them at home at Netflix. And meeting your friends in the park, as if. You can FaceTime them instead. And why would they want to spend time outside in nature? Nature is not our friend, America, and someone needs to tell the 11% that. Nature has long since been the enemy of man. It says so in the Bible all over the place. Now, some are probably saying, well, Becky, if you clearly despise this issue so much, then why would you invite the man onto your show? Because I am going to take this savage perpetrator of lies down, America, and I am going to attack him and transform him, bring him into the light of the inside world, maybe even baptize him if we have time, because it is what is right, good, and American. So yes, I'm going to force my beliefs upon this man on live TV in hopes that he'll change his mind.
Who does he think he is, encouraging young people to go out frolicking in the fields of nature, where they're exposed to the horrible dangers of the outside, like bug bites and slimy stuff and mosquitoes. God, I hate mosquitoes. We're in a war, America, and those 11% need to figure out which side they're on. I'll have you know that a lot of people tried to kiss up to nature during the American Romanticism movement, and guess what? They're all dead now. But you're probably saying, Becky, maybe these 11% of people just don't exist. They're an imaginary statistics inserted by someone. Liberals. No, they exist, America. In the dark and hollow corners of forests and our national parks, they exist. Even adults are in on the conspiracy of the outdoors. For more on these adult outdoorsmen, here's our senior news correspondent, Jane Dimsdale. Jane?
Thank you. Some of you might be wondering about this peculiar set of filming, but I tell you that I, Jane Dimsdale, am legitimately outside with no green screen. Yes, after 50 years of no reporters going outside, I'm the first. Of course, I'll take safety precautions. I will stay inside my car through the duration of this interview. So here I am today with Mr. Pearl, An extraordinary man who actually has the audacity to go outside. Yes, outside. He even calls himself an outdoorsman. He says an outdoorsman is a person who explores the outdoors and goes out often and is happy about it. So, Mr. Pearl, how does it feel to be a part of the 3% of Americans who are actually willing to go outside?
Well, it feels great. The smell of the air, the flowers, and the feel of the wind. I love it. It feels natural to explore the outdoors.
Ugh, just hearing your words send chills down my spine. I admire your courage. I find your words intriguing. When I was researching you, I found out that you do this thing called gardening. Could you explain this to me?
Oh, yes. Well, what I do is I walk to the flower shops and buy seed.
Wait, what? You walk to the store? Why don't you just buy seeds from online?
Well, it is much faster to walk to the corner store. Anyways, once I buy the seeds, I go to my backyard and till the soil, and then dig evenly spaced holes in the tilled area. I drop in the seeds, bury them accordingly, then water them, and eventually, after watering them daily, the flowers grow.
That's insane. It's so very time-consuming. Why don't you just do what most people do and just look up pictures and videos of flowers online?
Well, I find it very rewarding to see the things I personally grow blossom. They look very beautiful under the sunlight and much better than on some old computer screen.
Why, Mr. Pearl, this is preposterous. Do you have any shame in your words? Aren't you worried what people will think of you?
Not at all. I enjoy what I do. I don't see anything wrong with that. I tell you, if you just come and look at my garden in the backyard, you'll enjoy it too.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just not normal. Thank you for your time, Mr. Pearl.
Well, all right then. You're welcome, Miss Dimsdale.
Terrifying stuff, Jane. Truly terrifying. Now, many of you are probably asking the question, why does all of this matter? So what if there's a crazy few who want to spend time outside? What's the problem? It's not like it's going to affect important people like us. Well, unfortunately, it's been discovered that these little outdoor nuts will have an effect on our future. That's right, America. You and me. Recent studies are showing with startling evidence that the more time children spend outside directly correlates to their commitment to protect the environment. Scary, isn't it? Not only are these adults and kids breaking the social norm of society by heading outdoors, but they can affect the rest of us. It's true, these hooligans with crazy sayings like, oh, the ice caps are melting, and oh, save the polar bears. First of all, this polar bear was pretty damn fat for a while now, and he could use some exercise, and swimming is a great way to do it. Nature is here for us to squander and make lots of money from. We use it to provide energy to power our wonderful air-conditioned homes so that we don't have to go out into the environment that we're destroying. Why can't these people get it? It's a circle. The circle of progress. Follow me, America, to the board of truth. And comfortable inside their homes. Now, their comfort leads us to what I call the hermit phase, or stage 2. The kids are all staying inside their homes, and because they're all inside, they don't care what's happening outside in the environment. Which brings us to stage 3, environment progress. This step allows for the environment to be appropriately abused for advancement. And because the youth live their lives indoors, they have no desire or incentive to protect it. Which brings us back to stage 1. And completing the circle, where the youth will develop more fun gadgets to entertain themselves while indoors. They can also focus on deeper issues, like we do on this show. All of this will ensure true progress for humanity. Keeping our kids inside will allow them the victory of the human race over the rest of nature. So, America, I challenge you today, not only don't go outside, but also shut your blinds and do what is good and righteous for America's future. Sit in the dark, maybe have a microwave wheel, and watch Jersey Shore. What's that? It's not on anymore. Well, you can always tune into any of the many programs that Fox does and still get the same quality experience. Remember, don't let your kids go outside. Instead, have your kids inside the house playing more wholesome and value-teaching games like Monopoly. There's an American game, a classic on the ways of Wall Street. Good stuff. And now for our interview with Dr. S. M. Snora... What's that? I'm learning that our interview with the doctor has been canceled. As it turns out, no one really cares enough about this topic to read his book. So good night, and remember, stay inside. Here it is, America, your moment of chaos.
Damn, look at that son of a bitch go. He hauling ass. That thing come by my house, I kill it.